Hello, and thank you for visiting Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah, and today I'm doing a reading for the sign of Pisces. I have already meditated on the cards, I have shuffled the cards, and this is what our spread looks like. This, I should say, is a general reading. Please take what resonates and leave what does not resonate behind. And without further ado, let's get into this reading. In the past position, we've got the Nine of Swords, which is, of course, a card where you feel unable to sleep because you're worried, you have anxiety. And in the clarifying position, we've got the King of Cups, who is a very emotionally nourished person. So he has a lot of comfort energy. You see the waves that are around his feet, and there's a ship in the background. This combination is about self-blame. This combination is about self-punishment. This combination is about self-chastisement, but there is a little bit of comfort. So there's some sort of an energy that is around you, in your family, in your friends, the circle of people that is comforting you. But in the not so distant past, you were extremely worried, overly thinking, being over analytical, and most of all blaming yourself. So this is very dark energy. But of course, the good thing is Nine of Swords is air element, and air moves fast. It takes about no more than 2 weeks, but usually it's days. This is pretty heavy energy. I think that not a lot of us have the capacity to be in a permanent state of anxiety. Usually it takes maybe a couple of days. The effects can linger, however, and make it seem like, it's been forever. When you're in a dark place, you want to get out of it as soon as possible, of course. In the challenging position, we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Five of Wands. The Wheel of Fortune is a very, very positive card, but in this position, it's in a negative place. And the unfortunate news here is that things are about to get worse. That's the challenge. In a normal position, this card would mean wonderful things coming, because it's a wheel of karma. But in the negative position, it has chaotic energy sort of feel. You're going off the path. You're not staying on the path. The Nine of Swords, not being able to sleep well makes you make bad decisions. Sleeping a full night without waking up more than once or twice. Once or twice is the most you can wake up. But sleeping and getting rest, just rest. Maybe drinking herbal tea, but, if it's something really deep. And looking at the spreads, there's something that you are struggling with, and it's deep, and it's important. Life event type important, the fact that the Wheel of Fortune is in the negative position, and then on top of that we've got Five of Wands, which is a fight. It's people fighting, it's adversity, it's not getting along. But I think that in the combination, these two cards mean that you're lost. You're off your path, and you're lost because you have no energy. You're depleted. Even though the King of Cups is trying to comfort you, it could be a man, it could be a woman, it could be some sort of a positive vibe. He's trying to balance off this darkness that you are finding yourself in. It could The combination between Wheel of Fortune and Five of Wands is bad. There's some sort of a bad outcome. And I think maybe you can minimize this outcome if you get, rest. That is much needed. So then we move on to the present position, and that is the Two of Swords and the Devil. The Devil is obsession, bondage, dark thoughts, possessive thoughts. The Devil is fear itself. And the Two of Swords is definitely a card where, first of all, there's some kind of information that has been hidden from you, because we have the Moon, of course, which suggests secrets. We see a person with two swords and her eyes are covered. There's something you don't know. Maybe you are avoiding knowing something, and this card, Two of Swords, usually means some sort of a choice that you have to make. But with the Two of Swords and the Devil, I think that there's something you're ignoring and hoping that the problem will go away, which it will not. It will make it, it will just grow worse. So there's something that you are ignoring, something that you part of you feels that there's something is doomed. It's also kind of reminiscent, just looking at the past and the challenge and the present, making me feel like you're going through some sort of a depression. But I think that you're coming out of the depression. Whatever you're dealing with, it's deep, Like for women, it could be something like childbirth related. For men, it could be, some sort of a big, it could be, marriage crumbling. It could be some kind of a project being stalled. It could be some sort of a relationship that is, part of your foundation. Maybe someone has died or something. But there's really profound blame on yourself that's happening. There is depression. There is avoiding something. So this is definitely very heavy energy for the month of June for you, Pisces. But you've got the Hermit in the outcome or in the future position, and the Page of Swords. The Hermit knows where he's going. He's got a light in his hand, and he's very wise. He is a symbol of inner knowledge, and of course the Page of Swords is rather immature. So this to me suggests that you might be restless to get to where you want to be, but it also suggests that you're searching for something. You're searching for an answer. You're searching a way out of this depression, out of perhaps a cycle of self-blame, maybe just like a period of bad mood, dark thoughts. You're searching for light at the end of the tunnel. You're searching for positivity. And just to help us understand the spread a little more, I pulled a message from the universe card. Let's see what it says. In any moment, I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness, which, is exactly what I think Hermit is about. He's definitely about contemplation. Prayer helps us verbalize thoughts in our head. Prayer helps us formalize what we want, what we need, what we're seeking. once your brain is aware, once you say it out loud, once your brain is aware, it gets you to where you need to go because your mind will give you an answer. And stillness is, you know, is very important. You cannot always be moving. You cannot always be thinking. You cannot always be, all about action nonstop. I think that stillness is a way to honor the higher beings, and and they will show you the way. This to me seemed a bit of a dark reading for you, Pisces. So I pulled 3 cards from the Oracle deck, and so I don't normally do this. I just wanted to get some clarification. I think this tells us that in the month of June, think, meditate, be still, sit in a bench in a park, look out the window if you are working or busy doing something for a minute. Sort of consciously slower your mind and consciously realize that it's okay to feel, it's okay to not always be happy with yourself. Never stifle emotions. But this card where emotions are preventing you from doing other things, because you just can't sleep, you're so worried, you have anxiety, you keep blaming yourself. You're a human being. Making mistakes is part of being human. It's part of being you. Persevering, working through the self-blame. Okay, you blamed yourself enough, give yourself a pat on the back and watch a fun movie, watch something, switch that mind frame. So these 3 oracle cards, I want to see what they say because I want to see what clarification we can add to this. Now, the first card, which is here, let me see my book, Angels and Ancestors Oracle Cards Guidebook. The first card is strength. The strengths and gifts you have in this situation. So what strengths and gifts you have in the month of June? Stargazer. Set your sights higher. Okay. This is your strength. Stargazer. Let us see what Stargazer means. I'm going to use my trusty book and turn to the right page. And here's what it says. Go beyond your limitations and believe that the impossible is possible. Do you ever remember wishing on a star when you were a child and in your innocence believing that your wish would come true? The Stargazer connects with that energy, with the energy of the cosmos. He reminds that you have ability to draw in support from the universe. His cloak, with its sparkles and light, shows that you are closer to the energy of the universe than you think. You don't have to go out looking for it, it's already there. So look beyond where you are and create even bigger dreams, visions, and goals, because with the power and help of the cosmos, those wishes can come true. You are on the verge of a miracle. All of your dreams and aspirations are within your grasp, and you're being guided to focus on your vision. Whatever vision you have, don't let go of it. I don't care if you have to cry, scream, yell, beat a pillow, but don't let go of the vision. You really do have all the power inside. And I think very, very few of us realize that. I remember watching Men in Black, I think, was it? And there was a cat with an Orion belt. I think we as people forget that there are entire universes inside of us. it's kind of throws you for a loop a little bit. But I think this card reminds us that we are strong and that you really got to listen to that inside voice. If you're not hearing it, you're not listening hard enough. I think this Stargazer card is saying, don't you dare stop. Whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, you will achieve it. Even though it is impossible, you will make the impossible possible, because it seems if somebody's telling you it's impossible, it's their limitations. If your dream is fully justified and it's a really good dream, and you don't give up, it will happen. The message of this card is you are on the verge of a miracle. All of your dreams and aspirations are within your grasp. There's nothing that you cannot have or achieve. There's an opportunity at this time to heal an old wound or pattern of lack and not feeling good enough. So you have to definitely work on that. Don't stop achieving your dream, but if you're not feeling good enough, you have to acknowledge it. You have to maybe research the issue as to why you don't feel good enough. Are there other people who feel similar to you? There are so many different resources, and you don't even have to leave your home to look that up. But healing is very, very important, and it provides you that much needed rest, which will provide you with better ideas, better approaches. It will help you succeed. The reason you're not feeling so good, because the devil definitely plays tricks on us. So I definitely think it's important to still your thoughts so that you can catch your breath a little bit. Even, no, in the past, you've often found it impossible to recognize your worth and to believe that you are deserving of blessings. Angel and ancestor wisdom is reminding you that you are an incredible and infinite spark of the universe, and the universe is not only within you, it absolutely adores you. You are talented, filled with strength, and have the abilities you need to turn your wildest dreams into reality. So this card is your Stargazer. This card is what your heart wants you to know. Moon. Take note of intuitive messages. Very interesting. Let me see if I can pull up the meaning of the moon. And here, nope, that's the wrong page. Okay, moon is over here. So let's, okay. Use your intuition. Practice discernment. See through illusions and blockages. So this moon, I think, clarifies the devil. The moon is strongly associated with the divine feminine and the energy of receiving. If the sun is God, the moon is goddess, and so she offers a powerful energy of polarity and balance. She is a cyclic energy and is therefore strongly connected to emotions. The trick of the devil, I think, what he's really, really good at is tricking our emotions. I think the devil is very much afraid of us because he knows how strong we are and he knows that we can beat him. But the emotions part is a difficult one, and even in 2020, people have yet to figure out all the aspects, why we feel the way we feel, what causes our relationships to maybe not go the way we want. The devil takes advantage of our emotions, and I think the moon here is calling for us to appeal to our intuition. the moon does have a dark side, and it can show you what you've been kept in the dark about. Lunar energies are surrounding your life, allowing you to understand what is standing in your way. Not everything is as it seems, and you're being guided to your discernment. When the moon appears, intuitive or psychic urges are increased, so take note of any feelings arising at this time. They are messages from your soul and angels. The moon shines her light on all that has been kept in the dark. So ask yourself, if you are avoiding anything and refusing to deal with something of importance, if so, it could be holding you in the shadows. Do you know, this is probably a bad example, but I always avoid the dentist. I can't go to the dentist. I'm terrified of the dentist. I get such anxiety. I mean, it's really embarrassing. I just become, I don't even want to describe. There are some things in our life that makes us feel uncomfortable and we like to avoid them. I think this moon clarifies the fact that the sooner you stop avoiding, the sooner you go at it head on. Ask advice, talk, communicate. Don't allow this devil to control you through your emotions. You are worthy. You have the universe. Although I have to say, it's hard to beat the devil. I've been under the spell of a devil where you are so afraid and you start blaming yourself so hard. It really is hard work to overcome that. This is the last third card, and it's about the hard work that you have to do. So let's see what it says. Wow, Hunter. Track down your fears and desires. He's kind of attractive looking. Let's see what he is all about. I like that the antlers on the top of his head. Hunter. Okay. 44. Let's see what the hunter tells us to do. Track down all of your fearful thoughts and feelings. When you find them, you will find your desires too. I just thought of something. Thought of this saying. Somebody said something, or I read it somewhere. I can't remember. But the darkest cave has the best treasure. Like, I'm terrified of spiders. If there was a spider in that cave, there is no way I'd be going in there, even if there was treasure. I guess I'd be, a peasant forever. The Hunter card is based on my favorite Celtic god, Cernunnos. He is a stag god of the wild and represents both the hunted and the hunter. Similarly, the hunter helps you connect with energy that is both fearful and fearless. Your fears are the only things that are standing between you and what you desire at this time. So I think that's, this is so much devil energy. He exploits emotions. He is fear itself. So for me, this guy is like a giant tarantula. You know what I mean? No, I'm kidding. For me, this guy is someone who would probably, like, I have a fear of maybe being lonely or alone for the rest of my life. So maybe this would symbolize fear, and that fear would feed on itself, because the devil wants you to fail. He does not want you to succeed. And the more you fail, the more you need the devil. And so I think the hunter is about balance. Fear is important. Fear keeps us safe, but there's also a balance in nature, which is bravery. And we do have to be brave. And I think over the last year, I've been incredibly brave. So I certainly believe in this hunter card. Instead of being hunted down by your fears, become the hunter. You're being given confidence and strength at this time, so use your power to make a difference. You're not here to cower away or live in the shadows. You're here to realize your fullest potential. But this can only occur when you step up and do what needs to be done. When this card arises, there could be an opportunity to face an aspect of your past, whatever it is that you're blaming yourself for, that you have done in the past, or this happened to you in the past, or that you didn't do, that you could have, fixed, or what have you. Stop blaming yourself for it. Work through this fear. You let, it go. Burn some pictures that remind you of that past event, or, there's different little rituals that can help you make your brain understand. It's not that you do rituals because you're into them. You do little rituals because it helps your brain find finality. It helps you brain kind of become a little you know how when you make desserts and you have to do a filling, sometimes the filling is too wobbly and you put it in the refrigerator and it kind of, becomes a little, harder. And I think that's what the rituals do. Rituals make your brain realize the finality. It helps you let go. It helps you, there's a reason people sometimes, for example, do burn sage in their home. They don't burn sage because they, believe in magic. They burn sage because it helps their brain work through okay, negative is going to be gone. Negative energy is out. I will, I reinforce positivity and all of that. It helps your brain realize that. If you are a man or identify as male, this card represents your masculinity and an opportunity to know yourself more deeply. If you are a female, this card represents your capacity to be strong and powerful and overcome limitations. I fully believe that. I hope you enjoyed this reading. This was a general reading for the sign of Pisces for the month of June. If you did enjoy this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. And thank you so much for visiting.